All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the August Zoning Board of Appeals meeting for the Town of Carmel. The board members' names are in front of you on the podium here, and Mike Carnazza, Code Enforcement Officer, is with us. Joe Charbonneau, our Town Council, should have been here tonight. Hopefully, he'll be here shortly, but we'll start without him. The way we operate is I'll ask you to come up to the podium. I'll swear you in, state your name and address for the record, and then we'll go through your case. We'll hear your case. We'll go through questions and answers from the board members, and then we'll open it up to the public. Once we close the hearing, there's no further input from the public on any application. So please be respectful of that. Please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. All right, the first case tonight, number one, is Barry Mills for a variation of section 156-15, seeking permission to retain front porch. Property is located at 94 Cross Hill Road, Mahopac, New York, tax map 74.42-1-26. Good evening.
Good evening.
Name and address for the record.
Mary Mills, 94 Cross Hill Road, Mahopac, New York, 10541.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Thank you. All right, you want to bring us through your application?
I recently sold my house, and it came to light that I didn't have a CO on the front porch. It's been there 19 years. And so I was told I needed to go to the building department because I needed to get a building permit and to come to the zoning board to get a variance for the deck, and here I am.
All right, you spoke to all your neighbors on both sides?
Yes,
You'd be
yes.
affecting. I was there the other night, and I see in the pictures too, it's very meticulous and well kept.
It's taken care of every year. I paint it.
I can see that. There's no other property you can purchase to bring it into conformance, right?
No, my lot is 100 by 40, and
You're
the neighbors are.
landlocked there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I asked you, you had talked to your neighbors? No one has an issue? Obviously, they'd be here tonight if that
No,
was the
yeah,
case.
no, nobody.
Okay. Board members? Rose?
No questions.
Bill?
No questions, thank you.
No questions.
Julie?
No.
All right, anybody in the public have any questions on this application or comments? I'll look for a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, second application tonight is for Carrie Frederickson for variation of section 156-15, seeking permission to install an 8x12 shed on a lot without a principal structure. Property is located at 777-779 South Lake Boulevard, Mahopac, New York, tax map 75.42-1-48, 49, and 50.
How you doing? Mark Frederickson.
State your address too.
Oh, 779 South Lake Boulevard.
All right, raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
All right, bring us through it, Mark.
We purchased the property in, I think, January, and we're just looking to add a shed to the property to install, to keep all my kids' stuff. So it's not just out in public, so people can take it, and
All right, so it's a lakefront piece, right?
yes.
And where on the property again was,
So if you're looking at the electrical panel, at the back of the shed, so the front of the shed will open, the doors will open up towards Colonial Drive.
okay, so in this patio, I guess, area?
Yes, all that stuff's gonna be moved,
Okay,
and then
and the doors will open up?
the
to
doors,
side?
the slider will be opening up towards Colonial Drive.
Oh, the back of,
So the back of the shed will be along this fence,
okay,
and then the two doors will open up towards, like, the whole length of the property.
okay. Not very uncommon for this part of the lake too, there's many, but as to the size of the shed, does it have to be that big?
I mean, I don't, paddle boards are 14 feet, so I don't know.
Okay, yeah, so those are things, are the first things to disappear. There's no other property you can purchase to bring it into conformance, obviously. Like I said, we've approved many similar along this whole strip here, so. Julie, any questions?
No questions.
Silvio?
No questions?
Bill?
Who's Kerry?
That's my wife.
No questions, thank you.
And Rose?
No questions.
All right, is there any input from the public on this application? Ma'am, come up and state your name and address for the record, please.
Hi, my name is Audrey Parma.
Sorry, speak into the microphone.
No, sorry. Audrey Parma, and my address is 5 Mountain Drive, which is right off Colonial in Mapac. And also,
I
oh,
gotta swear you in.
Yeah.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
yes, I do.
Thank you.
I'm also the secretary of the Homeowners Association for Colonial Drive, and we have about 32 families that are on Colonial and just off. And this is Daryl Reich.
Well, if you're gonna
Okay.
come up, if you wanna speak
Yeah.
next, or else.
And he's, you
All
want
right,
to,
state your name and address for the record.
Darrell Reich, 5 End Court, Mayapack.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Okay.
okay. So I'm a secretary and legal counsel for the HOA. Our waterfront is adjacent to this property. And we have several concerns about it. One is that if you're driving, it doesn't matter which way you're driving, on 6N, there is, you can barely, as it is now, through the fencing, see the oncoming traffic. There's kind of a little blind curve there. And we have a lot of concerns about putting the shed, especially so close to the road, that we'll lose whatever visibility we have. And our members going down to the, that have to walk across the street to enter our lakefront area are already really highly at risk from people driving on either end. And our concern is that this is going to become a more serious and hazardous issue with the structure being put there. So that's number one. And number two, we were also concerned about what's going to be stored there. So, I mean, this is a waterfront. If it's a prefabbed shed, then there's concerns about the flooding, because the flooding in storm surges have come up all the way up the beach, so that this would then flood. And if there's any kind of toxic chemicals or whatever, paint or gasoline or whatever that's stored, we're concerned about the water being tainted. In addition to that, we, so what are our other concerns? I have a list.
Which sideline are you talking about?
Just to allay
Oh,
any
sorry.
concerns, this looks like a prefab shed with
Yeah.
siding and roofing, and if there is gasoline in there, I'm sure just like any other shed, like for lawnmowers or whatnot. it would be
Yeah, I know, but
protected.
a shed in my backyard is in the middle of my backyard. If there is a spill, or if it's toppled over, I'm not going to be polluting the water. This is right down at the water's edge.
Well, I mean,
But
there's a
there's sheds-
responsibility piece, I mean, everybody, there's
Right.
tons and tons of sheds along the lake.
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to talk about every shed on that lake.
Okay,
I believe the primary concern of our community is the crossing Route 6N.
right.
Okay, but if you
where-
look at the location where I think this is going, you have a fence already there that's almost as high as the shed.
But you've,
If you actually go to the bottom of Colonial Drive and you're familiar with the turn there, we're in a low spot there. Our crossing to our property, and also where a lot of people park on Colonial Drive and cross to the lake, is in a dip coming in either direction.
Yeah.
And especially coming from the east, where this shed would be constructed, it would completely obstruct the view for pedestrians crossing the road there. Just this spring, we took down forsythia bushes because they would get to be about 5 feet tall. Where we're standing by our crossing, the vantage point, this shed would be almost probably 15 to 16 feet taller than where the person is standing looking for traffic coming from the east. And then coming from the east, it would definitely obstruct the view looking across that dip, where you really need to look for trucks and big vehicles coming around that sharp corner on 6N.
Well, I mean, to be fair to the applicant and to you guys, is there another spot on this property that will work for him to be able to house a shed? I mean,
For that, the one picture that where it's going and you see a car in the background, typical shed is 11 feet to the tip of the roof. And that car is that's only a Honda Civic. And then that's well over 11 feet. Standing at the
have you seen his package? Do you see the picture he's talking about?
Right here.
No, oh, okay.
To stand to that fence, is from back here, that's where your fence is, that's well over 11 feet high. So that would be below that, and that's
even-
my car, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
2 properties over, and everyone on that property has an SUV
Yeah,
or
and
bigger.
anything on that property makes it impossible to see traffic coming across there.
So if they park there, that would still be higher than the shed.
Yeah.
But having an adjacent property that has a problem is not a reason to compound the problem.
Except
With-
that that's not the purview of this board. We have specific criteria in granting and not granting variances. And your sightline, I don't think falls into anything, maybe environmental or neighborhood, but
Well, the only way would is the safety and the welfare, of
Yeah,
course,
but
I
as
think the
always.
safety and the welfare and the traffic issues.
But that's
Absolutely.
one
to begin
aspect of
with. Yeah,
other
yeah.
components as well. So just, I understand, but I mean, this is not something that's unprecedented on these pieces of property that are there. And you can't say you can't have it, because I don't think that's fair. I think we need maybe work towards a compromise.
Well, I was just gonna offer, Mark, this is a custom-made shed. Can it be built with a little lower roof, or maybe like a shed roof, not a gable roof, which will obviously be a lot higher?
Yeah, you could do like a Cape Cod style or so it's
Like
slanted
a
in the
gambrel roof, but you still got a peak to it. What I'm talking about, a shed roof, is your 2 walls.
flat roof, like a higher on one
Right,
side
you
and
got
the other.
one side that's higher and one side that's lower, and actually, if this is, the higher side's towards the lake, the lower side's toward the road, the roof comes down, that's called a shed roof, and your door could still be in that same configuration. I mean, you'd probably have to have a custom-built shed or go to the shed company, but I think that's a good compromise to help you guys with the vision and to help you getting a shed and storage here. I mean, I get it, you need storage for,
But then where it would
Stuff
still
in the
go
lakefront
against,
property.
then it would go against the sidewall facing the road, so that, then it would still be an issue, because I'm saying, like, if you kept it the way it was supposed to be, like that whatever car's in the way, it's still gonna be lower, the shed is still gonna be lower than that car.
That doesn't solve
The
the
shed's on
problem.
the other side of the road, though, no?
No. When,
It's on the lakeside.
Colonial Park Association, the 30 homes up Colonial Drive,
Yep.
own the adjacent parcel right next to this we own 775 South Lake.
Correct, but if the shed's on their side,
When
what's it blocking?
we're leaving our lot and you're in that turn on 6N, when you look to your left,
Got it. Now it's in.
you can barely see up 6N as it is, and it's a game of chicken already.
And people
Adding a
speed on,
shed there to the sight line could be deadly, and it's already been a deadly road this summer.
and people speed on that road, and there's really nothing impeding them.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
unfortunate.
realize that,
No,
excuse me,
no.
I'm speaking, just a moment. I understand that this board can't, or is in position to be able to solve all those problems. But this board should not also allow something that's going to exacerbate them. I don't want to be standing here and saying that one of our kids got hit going across the street.
Mark, isn't there other kind of storage things that you could use that you don't even need to be here? Like whether they be like bench, where you could store things in benches and things like that and put it around the property, maybe add 3 more things instead of having one big one. You're not putting your paddle boards in the shed anyhow, it's gonna be too big. So what are you putting in there?
Well, that's the whole reason to put them in.
But you said it's not gonna fit, they're 14 feet long and this is 12.
Well, I'm saying, that's why he said, that's why I got a 12, so you put it on an angle, and
I don't know, I mean, sometimes you don't always get what you need.
And if I gotta change mine, then why can't they change the entrance of the thing?
I'm not telling, because they're not in front of me right now, you are,
Now, that's something that's
so,
You
already
can't-
established.
You're putting the shed, the jet ski in the shed?
Yeah, I have a stand-up jet ski that goes in the shed,
That goes into the shed?
yes.
But do you guys understand what is meant by a shed roof, right? If this is the roadside, and this is the lakeside down here, a shed roof is not so peaked, like the solid shed roof would come across, that would hamper the vision. This
Yes,
is
if the
a
high
tapered
side of the
roof.
shed was facing the lake.
And this
then
could be
that-
customized to be no higher than the fence, and a slight, I mean, I exaggerated this, but you can have a slight pitch with, you know, and still achieve what you're looking for and to help with
Yeah, yeah.
not blocking the
I have
vision.
no objection to a neighbor having storage on their property whatsoever. Our objection is blocking the sight line and creating a safety issue for all of the residents. We have over 125 people in the neighborhood that do use the lakefront, and
I
creating
mean,
another safety
I may not
hazard
be able
on
to see the
6th
right
Avenue.
perspective here, we might have to do a site visit, but I think you can get a shed that wouldn't be much higher than this fence that's there now, and still achieve what he's looking for.
Mm-hmm. But
and not block it with-
even the slightest bit higher than the existing fences. And if you do a site visit, I encourage you, our gate is right there directly across from Colonial Drive. If you go there and stand and look in both
I'm sure
directions.
most board members are very familiar with it, and we mostly drive by it every day.
Yeah,
And you know
yeah.
how bad it is, right in that little
It's
area there.
It is a low spot in the road where you're looking uphill, and everything up there is substantially higher than where you're standing.
Maybe we should hold this over and we can look at it. Maybe you can all work together on finding some kind of middle ground for this. And
Sure.
Yeah, Mark, you're going through.
See, even on the other side, well, like, in that corner, there's a cutout or whatever, I was gonna put a porta potty there, so that's gonna be an issue too?
There's
Porta
no,
potties do not need approval.
no, but
We encourage them.
we encourage them, but we also
Want them
ask for some
buffered.
screening.
Correct,
like
but
some
that's
kind
not
of
gonna make
lattice.
it
But then if I put screening up in Cynthia, they just cut down their screening, so.
No higher than the portable toilet itself, but, some kind of lattice detail or what have you around it to pretty it up.
Okay.
But I would say, you go into what company? Is there a shed company that you're working with directly? Is there someone that can work?
I was just getting a random,
All right,
I don't.
but I
don't
mean,
have
you
a-
might be able to customize and fabricate a custom shed that will work, that won't go any higher than that adjacent fence, that you'll still be able to get what you need and won't hamper the vision for what they're concerned about. So I think maybe we should hold this over, give the board members another chance to get out there, knowing the facts that we heard tonight, and see if we can come back next month with a solution that'll work for everybody. Sound fair?
Sounds good.
All right, I'll look for, is there any other public input on this application? Okay, I'll look for a motion to hold this
Motion
application
to hold
over.
over?
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
For what day?
Next month, it'll be the, I don't know what the date is, but it's the,
23rd?
I think it was, it's on my way.
it's the third Thursday of every month. Fourth, I'm sorry.
September 23rd.
It is.
Do you want our phone numbers?
Thank you, guys. Oh, I'm sorry, can you guys? Yeah, sign your name and address on that
Okay.
paper. I might as well read it and we'll wait for the next applicant to come up. But the next application is number 3, Leonardo Marone, for a variation of section 156-15, seeking permission to add a pool deck, pool deck to pool. Property is located at 31 Sugar Bush Court, Mahopac, New York, tax map 75.13-1-81. Just wait till they finish up. Good evening.
Good evening.
State your name and address for the
Armando
record.
Moroni, 31 Sugar Bush Court, Mahopac, New York.
Just try to speak into the microphone. You could lift it up towards you.
Armando Moroni, 31 Sugar Bush Court, Mahopac, New York.
All right, raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, bring us what your application is asking for here.
I'm just looking to put a deck around the pool, basically.
I'm sorry?
You asked me what is it that I wanted to do?
Yeah, just go, bring us through your application.
Okay, yes, I just wanted to build a deck around the pool,
All right, what's the reason?
because it's just for more convenience and nicer,
Okay. And
basically.
you talk to your neighbors on,
I
especially...
speak to them, there's no issues, they see that the date was tonight, and nobody showed up, so
Okay.
there's no issues. There's only one real close neighbor, the other ones are not close
There's
at
no
all.
other property you can purchase to bring this into conformance?
No.
So basically, it's a shed a deck going around the pool for,
Part of the pool, not around the entire pool.
yeah, it's not the whole thing, it's just the back half, right?
Yes,
And I was out there last night, saw you.
yes,
Well-kept property, so I presume you're gonna put the same craftsmanship
Absolutely.
into the look here. I mean, you're on the left side of the property, so I don't think any neighbors will be affected, and it's well-screened on that side. It's all, actually, there's evergreens along that whole left
Yes.
side between the neighbors, so I don't think it would be a major issue.
It's also an odd-sized lot. It's
Yeah.
a really weird shape.
yes.
Well, you're on a cul-de-sac there too, right?
Uh-huh.
So, all right, there's no property you can purchase to bring it into conformance?
No.
Rose, any questions?
No questions.
No questions, thank you.
No questions.
No questions.
All right, any input from the public on this application? I'll look for a motion to close the hearing.
Motion to close.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, application number 4, Brendan and Maria Smith, for variation of section 156-15, seeking permission to add 2 decks. Property is located at 22 Russ Road, Mahopac, tax map 65.1-50. Good evening, folks.
Good evening. This is
Hi, good
Maria
evening.
Maria Smith, and
Brendan Smith.
we are at 22 Russ Road, Mahopac, New York.
Okay, raise your right hands. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
I do.
Thank you. You guys you can change that microphone to get closer to your face, both of
Okay.
them. So, or you can actually take it off the stand. That
This is
helps you,
fine.
Speak more clearly. Am I out of order here? Okay, so what are you guys looking to do? You have 2 decks here.
Basically, we purchased the house in December, and we have an adjoining accessory apartment where my parents live and watch our 22-month-old daughter. So there is, on their side, on one of the decks we want to build already has
Pavers patio.
a paver's patio, but it's a little dangerous for her because there's no railing and she can fall off. So we like to build the deck instead of the paver's patio, just to have more space for her to play outside. And the other deck on the other side is on our side, and there's a screened indoor patio, but not a deck, and we just like to kind of extend it to have an outside space. Right now, our patio furniture is on the grass in an unleveled space, so we just kind of want to have a deck where we can have, our table and chairs and, summer barbecues.
And
And
you
we
guys are
put-
on a corner lot too, so
Yes.
you're kind of restricted.
Just going to say, we tried to we looked into paver patio because you don't need a permit for it, but the septic is unknown where the leach field is, and I went to the Department of Health, they have no records on it. So we
wow.
tried really to build a pavers patio. We had an estimate and everything, and we said, it's not going to work because I don't want to block our leach field and not be able to have sewage.
Okay, makes sense. They're not very significant variances that you're requiring or requesting here, but there's no property you can purchase to bring it into conformance. You're landlocked there.
No.
Both corners.
We additionally have a letter from one of our neighbors saying that, I've talked to most of our neighbors, and they are.
It's in support of
It's
your
in
Yes,
support,
project?
everyone we
yes.
talked to is in support.
If you want to give that, we'll submit it into the record.
For the record, it's from Maria and
Okay.
Michael Murphy,
Yes.
and they are at 35 Russ Road.
So they're
You wanna-
just
It's
across.
a short letter. You want to read it quick?
Sure.
Sylvia, if
This
you don't
letter is
mind.
being written on behalf of our neighbor, Maria and Brendan Smith, residing at 22 Russ Road. We are writing, this letter is a courtesy to the Smiths regarding their petition for a variance to build a deck on their property. It is our hope that the town will give them permission, and note that the neighbors are not against it. Thank you for considering our requests. Cordially, Maria and Michael Murphy.
Thank you, sir. All right, any questions from board members on this? Julie?
No questions.
And Silvio?
No questions. I actually like the detailing on some, the staircase on one side, so.
Did you design
My
that
father's a
yourself?
carpenter,
Oh, okay.
so
I was gonna say,
he gets, you
it
know.
it was very detailed from a perspective of a carpenter, so.
We tried to file the, you know, the instructions you had on your website as best as we could.
No, usually we get, hand-drawn sketches. I guess he has a CAD program.
No, we paid for those.
It works for Mike, right? As long as the details are there. Phil,
No
any
no questions, thank you.
No
Rose?
questions.
All right, any input from the public on this application? We're dwindling out there, so I doubt it. All right, I'll look for motion to close the hearing on this
So moved.
application.
Second?
All in favor? Aye. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you, board.
Congratulations on your newborn. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, number 5, Sandra Itzla for a variation of section 156-15, seeking permission to retain existing shed. Property is located at 106 Oak Circle, Mahopac, New York, and it's tax map 86.47-1. -1.
Hi.
Good
I'm
evening.
Sandra,
Yeah, bring the mic to your face if you don't mind.
okay.
Name and
Sandra
address?
Itzla, 106 Oak Circle, Mapac.
Raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Thank you. All right, how long has the shed been there for?
About 5 years, maybe?
You didn't realize you needed a permit or
No,
variance
most of my
for it?
neighbors have things close to their property
Yeah,
lines.
I saw the neighbor to the left has his, I don't know if
And
he,
that
if he has a
fence, that
variance or not.
fence went up after, the
Oh,
fence
okay.
went up after we put the
Well,
shed.
that was gonna be part of my statement too, is the fence really kind of separates the two properties pretty well, and,
Yeah,
I
and my
don't-
neighbors put that up, it's not our, it wasn't our fence.
I'm sorry, say again?
My neighbors put that fence up on this side,
Okay.
it's not our fence.
All right, there's no other property you can buy to bring this into
I don't-
conformance? I mean, what would the cost be to have to move this to bring it into conformance?
Well, my husband started to research it, but we were hoping we wouldn't have to do it, but
So throw me a ballpark, what,
we tried to get a hold of the people that installed it for us, and they never called us back, but we've been told it could be like 1,000 or more, and we can't move it too far out because of our septic fields.
Yeah.
We're kind of right at the edge.
that
We
was
have a
gonna be
tiny
my next
backyard.
question.
Yeah,
It seems like a small backyard, though, fortunately for you. I don't know, I mean, it's not, the numbers aren't too bad, but did you talk to your neighbors on either side, the rear?
yeah, everybody's fine with that.
Nobody's got an issue, right?
We talked to them before we put it in, but we didn't realize we needed the variance, so.
Okay. Rose, any questions?
Just one, why is this coming up now?
We just wanted to make sure everything was legal.
Okay.
Phil?
No questions, thank you.
No questions.
No questions.
All right, any input from the public on this application? All right, I'll look for a motion to close the
Motion
hearing.
to close.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank
ma'am.
you. Do I need to sign this too?
No,
No,
Or is that just-
no, your name's on the
if you're an
application.
applicant, you don't have.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night. All right, number 6, Doreen Seymour for a variation of section 156-15, seeking permission to retain addition, screened patio, and shed. The property is located at 16 Baxter Court, Mahopac, New York. It's tax map 65.18-1-37.
I am recusing.
Okay. Doreen, you don't need to sign that. You're on the application.
I'm sorry?
You're on the application. That's for people who come up from the public and speak.
You don't have to sign that.
You don't need to sign that.
Well, I can't hear anything back there, so.
But
all
you
right.
do
Thank-
need
no, I
to
didn't-
state your
okay.
name and address for the record.
Sorry, yeah. Doreen Seymour, 16 Baxter Court, Mahopac, New
And now
York.
you can raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. All right, so what brings you in?
So I got a notice back in 2020 that I had some violations. This was right before the shutdown. So I've been going back and forth, and basically I'm here tonight to apply for whatever paperwork, variances to maintain a screened-in patio that was built in 1971, and an addition that was built probably in 1970.
And that was prior to you owning the house?
That's the house I grew up in. The house has been in my name for time immemorial, so as far as I knew, everything was fine.
Assuming your parents built it, did not know
My
they
parents
needed?
built it in 1968. Yep, they were the first house on the block. I've been living in that house all for about, except for 3 years when I lived up in Carmel. So I've been in there for a long time. I turned
So
52.
Whomever at that time did not realize they needed a permit or a variance.
Correct.
So this is, you're cleaning it up here.
I'm cleaning it up. And
So-
also, there's a shed as well
Okay.
on the application, yes.
Which is.
And
only
that
needs a
shed
variance
was,
of 1
the
foot.
shed was put, I don't know what year it was put up. All I know is that when we replaced it on the exact platform it was on, it was an old, metal, disgusting, rotting
Rotted
shed.
out.
So, and that's, the new one's been up about 12 years.
12 years?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, so no neighbors obviously have an issue with it unless you guys are neighbors, but it seems like it's been there that long that nobody has a concern
I've been
for it.
there, I mean, that's been there before other people moved in around me.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no other property you can purchase to bring it into conformance?
I'm sorry?
There's no other property you can buy to bring it into conformance?
No other
In other
property?
words,
What do you-
if you were able to buy property and minimize the variance?
No.
No, so you're locked in.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
If you had to demolish it and bring it into conformance, that would be pretty costly, right?
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
probably would be divorced.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah. Okay, any questions from the board members? Let's start down here.
No questions?
Phil,
No questions, thank you.
Rose?
Questions?
Any input from the public on this application? I didn't think so.
Okay.
Okay.
Motion to
well,
close.
Yeah, look for a motion. Second by Rose, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thanks.
Thank
Good luck.
you.
No, I'll figure this one out. All right. But I'm gonna read it from here. And final application number 7 is Karen Walzowski? Walzowski?
No.
Walzowski. Walzowski. Okay, that's a new one on me. Come on up. State your name and address for the record.
John Walashevsky, 19 Patricia Road, Middletown, New York.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes,
All right, you're looking for a variance for 10 feet to retain the existing deck. How long has the deck been there?
3 months, 4 months, I'm sorry, 3 years.
Okay, and you built it yourself, or you had someone build it?
My sons.
So you guys didn't realize you needed a permit or a variance, or?
We were planning on moving back into the house, my wife and I.
Okay.
And when you opened up the kitchen door, there was like a 12-foot drop.
So it
Okay,
was
'cause
never
My
there?
father-in-law never put it, he was going to extend the house and never did. So I wanted the deck up because
It was dangerous.
I walk, well, sometimes I get up in the middle of the night and don't use my brains, and I could see myself opening up the kitchen door to get some air
Okay.
and splat.
That
So-
would not be
Yeah,
good.
more than air, that one.
Yes, but the other, so I figured by the time we moved in, I would go see Mike and he would tell me what I had to do, but here we are. But
You
now
did
we
the
have
cart
another
before the horse.
conundrum. I no longer own the house.
Okay, so that's why it's coming up?
No, we just started before, the house was sold today.
Boy.
They closed with money in escrow, I assume? They held money?
Well, yeah, we came to a mutual agreement.
There's an agreement, so he's required to get all the permits and then whatever it is.
Okay. But if the house, if the property's not in his name anymore, is that a sticky situation here?
Not at all.
That's a joke question.
What- Did he sign, he was the applicant?
Not if you closed on it today, you're the new owners, I presume? And so if you closed on it today, it would be in your name. But the application was filed before this date, so
The new owner should join in the application.
can we do that administratively here?
Yes,
Nice and easy?
Yep.
Gordon, come on up.
Or would it have to have been advertised
Well,
as
I mean,
such?
he can provide the building department with a copy of the deed and join in the application as a co-applicant.
All right, so I bring that to them tomorrow?
You would file it with Rose.
All right, I'm sorry.
You'd file it with the zoning board secretary.
Should we amend? Should we amend?
You
the
can physically
original?
amend the application.
Yeah, we have it, we should have it here.
We can do that tonight.
And you could do that on Monday.
Be okay, because it's the property and everybody around them got noticed, so I think we should.
Yeah,
It's not really the owner, it's the property that's
property.
getting the variance,
Yeah.
to be
Right,
honest. I
right.
mean, I'm not contradicting what you
No,
said.
he could have brought it as a contract ND.
That's correct.
Same way.
It didn't matter, so as long as
okay.
he signs it as
So,
well.
you know what, we won't even do it tonight, just
Let it
go
Condition it
tomorrow
that he gets a deed in.
with Rose, and then, no.
No, Monday.
Monday.
Oh, she's not in
They're
tomorrow.
closed tomorrow.
Oh, you have to bring it to the
Yeah, it's gotta go to the building department.
administration there.
All right, so come back Monday morning,
Yeah.
Yeah, is she back, Rose?
After 10.
I bring the deed.
After 10?
Yep.
Bring a copy of the deed to Rose in the building department up on the second floor,
Okay,
after 10.
and I'll bring whatever information he has too, right?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
all right?
Should we have
Any
sworn
input?
him in and got his name just
That's
for
all
the
right.
record?
Any input from the public on this application? Yeah, we heard it already. All right, any questions from the board?
No questions?
No
You guys are
questions,
good?
thank you.
No.
All right, I look for a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. Frederickson is held over.
Yes.
All right, minutes from July 26th. Okay, well, we gotta vote on that too. All right, I'm tired. All right, there's no further input from the public on any application, so we'll adjudicate. First case is Mills. Do I have a motion?
Motion to grant.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, Frederickson is held over. Marone, do I have a motion?
Motion to grant.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It's granted. Smith, do I have a motion?
Motion to grant.
Do I have a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, granted. Number 5, Itzla,
Motion to grant.
Second?
any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Granted. Seymour, number 6, do I have a motion?
Motion to grant.
Second?
Second by Julie. All in favor?
Aye.
And I'm recused.
I'm recused by Silvio. All right, and number 7, Mr. W.
Motion to grant with the condition that the applicant or the new owner appears at the offices of the zoning board and the building department with the deed showing the transfer of the property.
Do I have a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now minutes from July 22nd, 2021. Do I have a motion to accept?
Motion to accept.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you all. Have a great summer. What's left of it?
Happy Labor
Yeah,
Day.
do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
We never did that before.